All right, and welcome to the very first episode of the Pac-12 Dynasty radio show, the weekly radio show that is, season 4, and we're just going to get right into it with the preseason radio show. We're joined by Coach Lax Roxtofer from Washington State. How are you doing today, Coach?
Doing great. Excited for the season to start. All the invites are out. We're almost ready to roll.
Yeah, it's an exciting time, everybody. This is basically my favorite part of the year. Waiting for this or during the dynasty. The game is about 100 times more fun while the dynasty's going. I've been just dying to get ready to get started and get for the rosters going. I've been enjoying the offline dynasty a lot. I'm sure that you have too. You do like the improvements with like Reese Davis and stuff like that. It adds a lot of realism in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm really X happy, so I keep pushing X and fast forwarding. I keep missing them, and it's pissing me off. But other than that, when I do get them, they're cool. And the new passing engine is awesome. And me running Mike Leach's air raid, that's going to help me out a lot.
Yeah. We can get started right away with talking about the conference. Of course, last year's champion, the Oregon Ducks. In real life, the Oregon Ducks were the champions, and they're returning basically their entire team, aside from two of the most important players in school history. Darren Thomas, the best quarterback statistically in school history, and then Michael James, the best player in school history overall. And so they have to replace those guys, but they have some real good talent up front. I can tell you that. They got Kenyon Barner and, of course, the speedster, DeAnthony Thomas. Yeah. Yeah. On defense, though, they're way better than that EA says, in my opinion. They've got Deion Jordan, probably the most dynamic defender aside from Tyrann Mathieu in the nation. He's basically Terrell Suggs, and he's a senior, and he's fast. He can play outside linebacker and defensive end. And he's a tremendous talent. So the Ducks are my favorite to win the Pac-12 North right away.
I would go. I got to be unbiased, obviously. I'd like to pick my Cougars, but being in this league a couple times, playing a couple of the coaches that are still in here, I'm going to have to take the North going to D1U Fear in Stanford. Everyone knows that his rushing attack is really hard to stop, and this year without Andrew Luck, I feel like he's going to feel more obliged to do it even more so often, and he's not going to have that quarterback to fall back onto. And we know he can run it when he gets it down. So I feel like Stanford's my pick to win the North for sure, just from prior experience. But we got some new players in there, and we got Mr. Hurricane moved up, and he'll be up in Washington, so that'll be a fun little Apple Cup. And we have some new guys up in the North, but I think Stanford will get it.
I hope not. I
hope not too,
match. But. Yeah, I can't wait. I think the first big matchup in the Pac-12 actually is between the Cougars and the Ducks. It's actually at Quest Field, so that's one of the best first matchups up north. So It's going to be. Hopefully, both teams will be undefeated. That should be a lot of fun.
Raise me up in the polls when I upset the Ducks. That's for sure.
All right. Well, and then in the South, it's a little bit more clear cut. USC is obviously the favorite, the number one offense in the nation. Coming off the bat, of course, you got the NFL wide receivers and Woods and Lee, and then you have Barkley, of course, is the best Heisman lock since Andrew Luck. But all said and done, USC is a really solid team, not particularly deep, but they'll definitely be a huge part of the national championship picture later in the season. And of course, November 3rd matchup between the Ducks and the Trojans is basically the premier matchup. Of course, Alabama and LSU also face off in the same week, but of course, USC and Oregon should be a little bit more exciting game.
Yeah, people will actually score, and the ball will get past the 50 before the third quarter.
Exactly. But aside from that, there's a couple of really exciting things. You got the new Arizona team, the Wildcats. They're going to be running the spread offense most likely. I'd be excited to see how they turn out to not air raid, but the
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 spread. Yeah.
spread running attack. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Hopefully they keep the new coach keeps the same principles
Never know.
as Chris Rodriguez. You never know, but it's very possible that you could see that. Also, Arizona State, new head coach, new system, and UCLA is probably my dark horse aside from Utah.
Yep.
UCLA is a tremendously talented team on offense this year, so expect them. If a good coach comes up and with a brand new head coach, you never know what could happen with the Bruins. They had a pretty good run in our dynasty last year.
Yeah, they did.
And they're going to be a really talented team, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like the North is a little bit more. It'll be more competitive, I would say, but I feel like the South is more of a mystery. I feel like the North, you're gonna have a lot of big games. You're gonna know what's going into it. You're gonna kind of maybe be able to guess, maybe not, who's gonna win each game. But the South, there's just so many unknown people in the dynasty this year that are looking to make a splash. I think it's going to be unpredictable week in, week out. I feel like a different person could emerge just like, oh, this person's going to win it, and then the next week someone else big comes in. But obviously, like you said, USC I do see as the obvious favorite. Obviously, we don't know how their coach is, but just with the talent they have and just the teams in there, USC is the obvious favorite no matter who's coaching them. But my dark horses, it's tough. I want to say Arizona. I feel like Arizona has got a good shot of being the dark horse, and I can't choose between who could make a better run between Utah or UCLA. Like you said, UCLA's got some talent this year. They're gonna be a threat. They're not a team you're gonna want to just let come in and not be prepared for. And Utah, I know they've got a good coach down there. I've seen him play, and I mean they've always got talent. They always find a way to stay up there. I mean they played pretty well in the jump last year, and I feel like the South will be really unpredictable the entire season.
Yeah, and it might be the most exciting part because, just because of that unknown factor with all the new coaches. But up north, it's basically all veterans coming at each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very concerned about Washington this year, and I'm very concerned about Washington State. I'm excited for the. I'm excited for. Of course, I'm a little bit nervous about Stanford. So
not nervous about Cal. Not at all.
No, I think that he'll turn it around this year. I have faith in his persistence. But
it's got to come sooner or later.
Yeah, exactly. But the most important thing is that this is probably one of the most exciting conferences, real life and on the Dynasty, because there's not much disparity from top to bottom, and there's not much disparity aside from Colorado. Washington State is going to be just in talent alone. It's exciting because you're going to be able to put 500 yards up on the board essentially every week just because of the way that the offense works, and it's going to be a really exciting and high scoring up north, and of course the heavy favorites in the South combined with a bunch of upsets. So it should be a lot of fun. It's going to be awesome to see whoever wins, of course, probably is going to the national championship game, and we'll bring home a crown for the Pac-12. The championship, also we have a Pac-12 championship again, and we're definitely going to get to it this year, and it's going to be a huge extravaganza between the North and South with live streaming and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I think I did the count. Part of the reason I picked on the applications was who had recording devices. I think we might have 8 or 9 people that can record or are going to be able to record at some point in the season. So we're going to have a lot of coverage this year. We're going to have people that'll be able to record and people that'll be able to stream live. And I think all in all, it's going to be a very fun season. I got a real fun question for you because I kind of disagree with that last statement. I think the winner of the Pac-12 championship game might not go national just because I feel like it's going to be so competitive. I see the winner of the Pac-12 having at least 2 losses. What is your guess at the winning record of the Pac-12?
I say it's almost impossible in any league to go undefeated. Lost team somewhere up there. I'm of course whoever wins the Pac-12, the national championship's almost irrelevant. But
exactly.
But the Pac-12 championship is going to be
the national championship right there. The Pac-12 championship, no matter the losses.
Exactly. And if this thing gets so competitive, I'm even considering going out and getting a trophy and then sending it around to the winner or something like that. That might be a lot of fun.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it. It sounds like a lot of fun, but yeah, it's going to be extremely competitive. I can tell you that right from the get-go. But yeah, there's a couple other things that we got to talk about. Of course, for people that don't know, we are definitely going to be streaming a lot of games this year, live streaming. So you can just go ahead and get on board and watch a game, or you can scout, or you can
watch opponent or whatever. Yeah,
it's going to be extremely exciting. A Ustream or some other way of doing it, and we highly encourage you guys to participate in that kind of stuff. And just to have it, I remember this off season when the game was kind of getting around to July, and I remember I look back at the old highlight videos from the games, and it brings back really good memories. So I encourage you to record everything you guys do on the Dynasty, almost like every game that you guys play, because it's just going to be so awesome to look back at this when we're done with like 6 or 7 seasons and remember how it first started.
Yeah, Colorado may be the bottom dweller this year, but in 4 or 5 they might be battling for the PAC 12 North, and you'll be like, I remember when I beat you 56-3, and now you just want me 24-7, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited to get started, and of course, just get on your invites and accept those babies from Coach Lax, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait to get started. The rosters to roll around, and it's just. Keep on gaming. I stole your game tag there. My bad.
Yeah, no, that's all good. But yeah, no, thanks to Chris is the dog for pointing out the roster set that actually worked, and yeah, so thanks to him, we got a roster. We're ready to go. Once everyone accepts, gets their preseason stuff done, we'll be in week 1, hopefully by tomorrow, maybe tonight if we're lucky. But it's whenever anyone can get it done. Hopefully it's as soon as possible, but. We're ready to roll. It's almost go time. We're in that like antsy stage. I did all my recruiting, my scouting for the first time. Didn't even do an offline Dynasty. Just straight logged in and started doing it on there. And probably hurt me a little bit on those first little bit of scouting. But I'm looking excited to it. I got some recruits I'm looking at and ready to steal away from like UW, Oregon State, and some other. I got recruiting competitions going on. I want to see already how those are turning out. Let alone all the scores from week 1.
Exactly. Yeah, that's also another really fun thing is I've also really enjoyed the new scouting stuff. That's made it a lot more valuable, finding gems and stuff like that with lower tier programs. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait. Just get on your invites and let's get this thing started.
Yeah, and so just a quick little reminder before we leave, just so everyone knows, we will be running on Heisman difficulty with 6-minute quarters. Just 6 minutes quarters. A lot of people don't understand that when they first start playing it, but it creates more of a realistic stat line. It makes more sense. It makes the stats look more realistic. And on that note, too, in case we don't get to it before week 1, be realistic in that point. If you're playing FCS Northwest, don't run it up by 87 points. If you get to about 60, you should put in the second string and just run out the clock. Like, no one wants to see you go up by 95 and just have an unreal stat line for the first week or in any instance for any weeks. Just let it know, like, play realistically. I'm hoping you're all sim style players because I picked you, and I feel like you all are. So just a quick reminder on that note. But that's all I got for you guys. I'm ready to go. Hope you're ready to go.
Yep, we're ready to go here, and I can't wait to get started.
Yep. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. We're done. I think we're done. Week 1 might be a little rough, but we'll get it down. We promise. Hopefully one of you will be in the call next week. But
yeah, exactly. We want to get more people on the radio show. And starting next week, we're going to have our first week 1 preseason. So probably sometime tomorrow or Tuesday, we'll have our next show up. So just get ready for that, and it should be a lot of fun. I can't wait to get started. And okay, we'll try this again. For Coach Lax, I'm Coach UCLA 13, USC 9, and thanks for listening.
Keep gaming. Had to get the plug in.